Okay, folks, we are back. We are back. Give me 1 second here. We're gonna get this thing on the road. Got about 8 or 9 of y'all in here. Make sure y'all hit that like. Okay, yeah. Got a few of y'all in here already. Mojo, what's up, man? It's a good evening. Marcus Bell, what's going on? Marcus Bell, Mojo Chin, what's up? Zaman, what's up, man? Oh yeah, Marcus, those two strawweights. I was gonna actually pull it up earlier while we were here, but let's take a look at the fight. I'm gonna go back a little bit here. Denise Gomez, right? Denise Gomez is looking like a killer tonight, boy. Yeah, you're right. Get them contracts ASAP. Denise Gomez, Rayanne, Amanda, the strawweight division is also looking to get some new blood here, right? We'll see if they get their. Hey, both of them deserve a contract, right? I mean, these strawweights been killing it lately. If y'all are looking at the contender series, let me know if y'all seen it. But I'm gonna actually play it in the background again because I didn't catch the last round. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that playing here, man. But oh yeah, they're young bucks. Denise Gomez looking like a dog, but she's 22 years old, man. 27 for Ray and Amanda. Yeah, man, these some young girls, but they fighting like harder than some of these other established fighters. Yeah, let me set that to the side here. But yeah, man, welcome back, y'all. Efren, what's going on, man? Efren in the building. Efren Gonzalez. Yeah, Chin. Strawweights run deep. It's been running deep, man. We back, y'all. Again, just wanted to say thanks to everybody that's been subscribing. We hit 1,000 for sure now because I told you a few days ago it got taken away. They take away a couple, but it's been holding on strong. So we'll see if they keep it locked in for me, right? We'll keep my fingers crossed here, but we'll see. Yeah, I just want to talk about some of these fights here that we ain't really. I mean, we talked about them. I've done some videos, but I haven't really done a stream about the three big fights I'm looking forward to here. I mean, these are the three fights within the next coming months. Probably like the three. Well, Molly McCann, Aaron Blanchfield is not like major, but it's one of three I'm looking forward to by the end of this year. Last three fights of the year that I want to see what's going to happen. I mean, we know why Manon and Chookagian is important, and we know why Carla, Zhang, Weili is important. But Molly McCann and Aaron, this is an important one too, man. This is an important fight too, just to see if Molly McCann can step out of the box, if she can hold on to this 15 spot or move up and prove that she's more than just, a one-trick pony, with the spinning back elbows. Because I know Aaron Blanchfield is going to make her fight. And we're going to talk about that fight first here in a minute. But Zama says Sanko said Gomez beat Marina Rodriguez in Muay Thai. Wow. I mean, if you look at Denise Gomez, she ain't playing. Yeah. I wonder how old was she when she beat her, man. Let's pull up some before we get into it. Let's pull up this fighter Denise Gomez here. Let's look at her resume. She 5-1. Oh, wait a minute now. Of course I remember. Man, yeah. This is the same fighter. Denise Gomez. She the same one that beat Dudieva. So yeah, this girl got some experience. She beat Milana Dudieva a little while back. A few months back. Just a few months back. I think I was calling this card. She stopped her with some body shots. in the like the last round of the fight. It was a good close fight. I think Dudieva was doing some damage, but she started gassing out because that was Dudieva's first fight back after having a baby. If y'all remember that. And Denise Gomez came in there and was dogging, man. She was dogging in this fight. And she stopped her. So yeah, Denise Gomez, man, yeah, she's legit. She's stopping a veteran like that. Only got one loss on the resume. I don't see her resume as far as Muay Thai, but yeah, her foundation is Muay Thai. So I don't see the record on Tapology. But that's crazy, man. Yeah. Denise Gomez, she deserved her contract if she get this one, man. I know she won the fight, but yeah, she deserves a contract. Let's see. But yeah, I was kind of in and out on the last round, and I don't want to go too far into this fight. We'll talk about it tomorrow, though. Because I still wanted to talk about this Haley Cohen. They just signed, to the bantamweight division. What's she going to bring to the table? We're going to talk about that. But, yeah, Zaman, that was flyweight. Yeah, because, Dudy was she's a big fighter. And she handled that well at flyweight. But with her being like 20, 22 years old, she can do strawweight for a little while. Yeah, she can do strawweight. But yeah, man, let's jump into some talk tonight, man. I want to talk about this fight first. Meatball and Aaron Blanchfield. Like I said, this is one I'm looking forward to here, man, because it's gonna be a good fight. You got two fighters in here that like to throw down. Molly McCann's level might not be the highest. She's just coming into the top 15. Molly McCann still brings some energy. She brings excitement. She may just be number 15. Some people don't think she's worthy of number 15, but, let's not lie. Molly McCann will fight. And you can't sleep on her if you fight her. You still have to fight to beat her. She's one of those type of fighters that you have to be prepared for, even though she might not have the best ground game, or she might be limited to some, and even to me. But Molly McCann is the type of fighter that likes to push. She likes action, right? So definitely know she's going to bring the fight. Then you got Aaron Blanchfield. To me, Aaron, she is definitely a fighter I like to consider somebody that's going to break into the top 10, or excuse me, top 5 one day soon, because she has a well-roundedness about her. Aaron is kind of like a perfectionist too when it comes down to her game. She likes to improve in every discipline. Every discipline she's been trying her best to get better. And, she's only 23 years old, so learning now and making the mistakes now is good, because you don't want to make the mistakes she's making later on in her career. So what you see her doing now, yeah, she'll make a mistake here and there, but you don't want to see her doing that later on, right? You want to see her break those bad habits, whether it's moving her head or, walking right into punches, lack of defense. Zaman said Aaron's going to walk through her. Colton said Aaron disappointed me a little in her last performance. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, that's going to happen early in her fights. That's going to happen here and there. The fighter's going to make mistakes. But if you still look at what she's able to do, you can see that she's still carrying something about her that you'll see her improve in the future. Because, yeah, I gave JJ Aldridge the first round in that fight. I thought JJ Aldridge was doing well. But you see Aaron Blanchfield never quits. Always dangerous. Always looking for an opening. and she found it in JJ Aldridge and got the finish. So she ain't one to sit back. She ain't one to sit back. Molly McCann's not one to sit back and fight. So it's gonna be a good one. Like I said, Molly McCann might not have as many tools to work with as Aaron does, but she's gonna continue to work in this fight. And that's where Aaron could get caught if she's not careful. Like, she can't come marching in taking a lot of shots. Because, JJ Aldridge, she's very technical. And I saw that happening whenever she fought Aaron, catching Aaron when coming in, picking her apart with a few good shots, but she don't have the power. You can't walk in against Molly McCann's right hand. You can't just walk into her right hand. She does throw with power. Speed, too. Speed kills. And then you can't walk into these spinning back elbows, spinning back fists, whatever, spinning back elbow from Molly McCann and think you're gonna eat them and keep storming forward. That's not gonna work. So to me, Aaron's gonna have to play more of a mid-range game, use her timing, kind of lure Molly in, and use her kickboxing as well. Use her head kicks, body kicks, fight more to mid-range, figure Molly out, wear her down, face, work the body a little bit until the takedown openings come. Then you drop them levels and start working on the ground. But that's where it needs to be. The majority of the fight with Aaron has to be a constant wrestling, and just wearing her down. Because she could go in there, wind up looking like Loopy against Angela Hill if she don't take this fight to the ground. And I think that's what separates Aaron from Loopy. Like, Loopy, I give her credit with her strengths, but you rarely hear me say, "Oh yeah, she's the next big thing in the strawweight division." I know a lot of people, y'all like her, love her as a fighter, but yeah, she's a exciting fighter, yeah. But when it comes to making it to that next level, I don't know. I think Aaron's IQ is a little bit higher. I know she makes mistakes, but Aaron's IQ is, I say, a lot higher than Loopy. So sometimes I could say she might fall into that realm where she might try to strike or box with Molly, but no, I don't think she will. Another part of me says, no, she's going to take it down to the ground, use her wrestling, and grapple the heck out of Molly McCann. But yeah, Molly, of course, she needs this fight more, I think, because she has to prove to everybody that she is worthy of this spot. And she got to keep her momentum going now. Now that they put her in the top 15, if she wants to keep, bringing in fans, her country like she's doing, she's got to go in and perform. So I know she's going to feel that pressure of looking to finish, which could be a gift and a curse. It could be a good thing or a bad thing. It could help her go in there, maybe catch Aaron, but she go in there sloppy, she might wind up get taken down and submitted in the first round, right? Or just getting taken down and mauled. But for us as fans, it's going to make for a good fight because she's coming with the energy. Aaron's going to come with that energy like she did in the Miranda fight, in the Sarah Alpar fight, in the Aldridge fight. So we should be getting a good fight, right? So yeah, flyweight, even the lower you get doesn't make for bad matchups. It's not like bantamweight. We get some good action at the top, the mid rankings, the bottom. We get some good fights, so I can't complain with this one. I mean, these two like to fight, and I think that's what most fans want to see first off. And I just wanted to say too, for Aaron, I know I wanted to see her fight higher. I wanted to see her fight Andrea Lee or somebody, or Jennifer Maia, but this is her opportunity to fight somebody that has a big fan base, bigger than hers. And if she goes in there and mauls and dog walks Molly McCann, she's going to be taking some of her fans with her, right? So it's not a bad fight for Aaron. 23, there's really no rush, right? You can fight down every now and then, especially if somebody's is got a bigger fan base as Molly McCann. And I think somebody, I don't know if somebody was joking on the channel, but somebody said that we know the fights in Madison Square Garden, right? But is everybody in New York going for Molly? Yo? Is everybody rooting for Molly? It seems like everybody said that all the fans in New York or Madison Square Garden are going to be going for Molly. And y'all know Erin's like a few miles away from New York. She's a Jersey girl. That's crazy. But that just shows you how important it is for these WMMA fighters to build their name and their brand. Ain't nobody saying you gotta take your clothes off to do it, but you have to get your name out there somehow. Promotion, using social media, putting more highlights of yourself out there, working and fighting, having an exciting style, all of that, right? You got to have a little bit of all of that going for you. If you're a young woman in this game, right? But yeah, I can't remember. Somebody said that. Somebody said Molly was gonna be just like the overall star, even in Madison Square Garden. And you got the young Jersey girl that ain't gonna have the fan base like that yet. But she can have that if she goes in there and makes a statement. She can have that if she goes in there and makes a statement. This what day is this? What's the date for this fight? Hold on. Is it November? Yeah, November. I was a UFC 281, right? Hold on. I'll make sure. I know I did a video, but shoot, I ain't looking at it right now. Yeah, November 12th. Yeah, November 12th, UFC 281. So yeah, man, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to these two going in there, fighting their behinds off, trying to build their fan base, because that's what Molly does. And whether you like her or not, you have to admit that she is more popular than some of the top 5 fighters in the flyweight division, even the strawweights, bantamweights, aside from Holly Holm at bantamweight, right? But everybody seems to know Molly's name more. Yeah, because this is on the same card. Okay, as Carla and Zhang Weili. Yeah, and yeah, we also got Karolina Kowalkiewicz and Sylvania Gomez on this one, which some people think is going to be lights out for Karolina. I mean, Juarez does have good boxing. She could get picked apart like she did in the Grasso fight. So we'll see. But yeah, Aaron, Molly is listed on the main card. So that's a good look. They can't miss with that. They got to put Molly on the main card. So yeah, that's another plus for Aaron. Put her on the main card and boom. She get a little bit more exposure. All right. But let's talk about this next fight here. Hold on. Let me see if y'all got something to say. What's going on, Brian? Brian in the building. Mojo said New Yorkers generally don't like people from Jersey. So yeah, Molly may have the crowd in her corner. Wow. That's crazy. So they don't like Jersey people that much that they would go even further out to an even stranger land. They would say, I hate Jersey so much that I'm going to go miles and miles overseas and find somebody to support rather than somebody that lives next door to me. That's crazy. That is crazy, but I can see that happening. New York, right? Marcus Bell, he said Gomez just has power. Just have power in one of her hands. If that doesn't work against Karolina, then Gomez is screwed. Yeah, because Karolina might take it to the ground, right? But we'll see about the timing of Carolina in this fight. That's still a big question. Like her timing and defense. She was landing some good right hands though on Felice, so I think her timing might work. It's not too bad off. But yeah, Mojo, yeah, that's crazy, man. Like these Jersey folks, they ain't getting no love. They'd rather go all the way to Ireland, huh? But that might be even better for Erin. She's gonna go in there, build up, shut the doubters up, and move on. So, yeah, this is a much needed fight for her exposure wise. I mean, like, to really test her skills wise. Yeah, I could see that a little bit because she'll be dealing with somebody who moves and boxes. But the danger factor isn't really there. Like if she was fighting somebody like Jennifer Meyer or Andrea Lee, those would be the ones where you start to really say, okay, we're going to see what you got. You ready for that top 10 or top 5, right? All right. So, yeah, definitely a flyweight fight I'm looking forward to. But this is the one I'm looking forward to next for sure. I think we all are. Jersey folks don't like New York either. Oh, just can't get it just ain't no love all the way around, huh? That's crazy. I mean, I like New York when I was there. I enjoyed it for the week or so when I was there. Definitely want to go back. I wouldn't live there, but yeah, I'd like to visit again. But yeah, I definitely like the places I went to New York, but I don't think it's a place I want to live, especially with that cost of living. Not even that, but I like the people a lot. Never had a bad experience with any of the people, you know. And that's the crazy part about the North and the South. Like South has a lot of the hospitality, but you get a lot more nosy people and people that stare. And I'm just being honest because I grew up down here, but like New York, people kind of mind their own business a little bit. I like that. People mind their own business. Um, People don't really side eye you to me. To me, yeah, like I was there, for the time I was there, I tended to get along with most people, yeah. And what's crazy is, most of the women I've dated are from upstate, and not just upstate, but New York. That's another thing too. I was like, wow, my track record has just been. Maybe I need to move up there. Maybe I need to move up there. Brian said New York is grimy. Yeah, you probably know if you live there longer than me or whatever. I haven't had any grimy experiences. I'm just always on my guard. I just go where I need to go. Always looking out. But I'm sure everybody can have their experience when they're in the wrong, might just be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah. Oh, Robot Chicken, what's going on, man? Robot Chicken in the building. Colton said, "Who's the favorite in the fight? Who's the favorite in this fight? Oh, Chookagian and Manon. I think Manon is right now. Let me see. Manon. Let me Manon. I mean, I won't sound like it should be guaranteed, but hold on. Let's see. Manon, Chookagian, odds. Not available yet. I don't see anything available. Wait, that was from when it was supposed to be in September, October. Let me see. Anybody got the odds on that? I don't see anything on my end. It says I'm looking at the odds here. It says not available. Yeah, I don't see odds yet for this fight. Yeah, I don't see any odds. Yeah, Cole, I could see that too. I could definitely see that. I can see it. Uh, I can see it being a real test for Manon, but I could also see it being one where she might go in there and put it all together and show what she has. Uh, yeah, Mark, I haven't seen it yet. Maybe if I stay around longer, I'll see a penguin fighting a rat, or a cat fighting a rat the size of a cat, because the rats are big. I haven't had any run-ins with any rats, but yeah, the rats. Oh, a pigeon. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but I've seen the rats the size of a cat or possum. But yeah, pigeon. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the feathered rat versus the land rat. Yeah, but yeah, I want to go back to New York. I'm gonna go back for sure. For Brian, what made it grimy for you? I mean, I know there are a lot of grimy parts of New York, but what was grimy about it for you? Like, I've seen places that are grimy, but was it grimy from your experience? Not just from like talk or news. Like, what was grimy about New York for you? James Perez, what's going on? He said the beast better whoop. That's all I'm saying. Robot Chick is out there. I will not watch another flyweight fight if Chookagian wins. No, I'm gonna still be tuning in, man. I mean, hey, if it happens, it happens. I mean, I'll be upset across the board, but what can we do, right? I've seen upsets like this all the time. Oh, Brian said the city is just dirty. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, yeah. See, yeah, I was in the city a little bit, but then I went to upstate, and I love upstate New York. Upstate New York was kind of like where I live now. Um, nice areas, nice parks. The Saturday and Sunday area I was in the summer. Had people just sitting outside. You know, put your blanket out, sit under the trees. Had like a little book festival going on. Yeah, so yeah, I was around there a little bit. I seen the dirt. I know what you mean, see the dirt, but yeah, like getting down to it, I went to upstate New York. I liked it better up there, which is like 4 hours out of New York City. Yeah, yeah, it's like a good 3 or 4 hours out of New York. Cause yeah, I took the train up there, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Wanted to go and see Madison Square Garden and inside, but I didn't get a chance to when I was there. Moses, upstate New York is nothing at all like New York City. Very nice. No, yeah, it's not. Yeah, it wasn't. Like I could see the difference when I was there. Like the city, I liked it in its own, just like it's a visiting place. Like I wouldn't want to work there or live there, but I just like the experience. Stepping out of the box. But um, upstate New York, yeah, I could live there. Upstate New York, yeah, I could live there. It was very nice. But yeah, let me jump back on Chookagian here and no, yeah, if Chookagian wins, flyweight is dead. Uh, Gomez, we're talking about the one fighting tonight. Denise Gomez just fought tonight. Fights between flyweight and strawweight. Check out the contender fight tonight, Brian. Yeah, it was a good one. Gritty girl, 22 years old, finished Duty Ava with the body shot. If y'all remember that Invicta fight, and tonight she got a victory over what's her name? Amanda? Is it Rayana? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so Chikagian and Manon. Yeah, I can see this fight going in favor of Chikagian. Believe me, that's why I got it 65-35, 50-50. it shouldn't be 50-50 at this point, because I think Manon has the physical advantage, physical strength advantage, and she's got decent power. I can't say, of course, Manon doesn't have one hitter quitter power, but she has an accumulation. She has the accumulation because she didn't finish silver and didn't really, come close to finish Jennifer Maia. Just outworked her. Put a lot of work in on chopping these fighters down, but she's got a brutal element about her where even though she can't stop you, she's gonna keep working. She's always dangerous, and I think Chookagian, looking at her resume, she's fought a lot of good fighters, but she hasn't fought anybody to me with this type of element. Like Jennifer Maia 2 times. Jennifer Maia just won't pull the trigger sometimes. Viviane Araújo got the power, but she can be outworked. When you go down to the second part of the second round, the third round, Viviane Araújo is getting tired, right? When she did fight somebody gritty like Jessica Ai, close fight, Chookagian lost. Somebody gritty that stays in there, they can take her out of her rhythm. Of course, Andrade, the Eyes, the Valentinas, those 3 styles all have a similar element as far as grit. They'll get in there and push her. They don't let her get into that, that groove of her just throwing pot shots and combinations and moving her feet. Everybody else, like I mentioned, Jennifer Maia and what is her name, Cynthia Calvillo, those type of fighters, they stay back too much. They let Chookagian fight at a rhythm. I don't think Manon's going to do that. And again, another fighter, most recent, Amanda Ebos. Amanda Ebos is one of those fighters that don't give a, don't give up. She might not be a true flyweight, but she came in and gave Chookagian quite the fight, right? Again, that's another fighter that imposes their style. When you impose your style on her, that's how you get in and dominate or beat Chookagian. You can't try to strike with her or box with her. Like, I think that might actually be the element here where Manon might have a little trouble. Because I ain't gonna lie, Chookagian, she ain't got no power, but her boxing IQ is pretty high. Not a hard hitter, but it's pretty high. So you got to be careful of that. You ever watch it? Said boring, no killer instinct. Yeah, she can be boring, but she's still beating people. You know what I mean? Like, you have to look at that as like a trainer. You'd have to say, we ain't gonna talk about how boring she is. We ain't gonna talk about her lack of killer instinct, but she is still beating girls on the cards. So I think that's the element where Manon will have to really be careful, is on the feet. You don't want to fight too much of a rangy fight here. It's got to be, I think it has to be in the pocket, at that chest range area where you can just keep hitting her in the body, slowing her down, and you initiate takedowns. Chookagian is not bad off of her back, but I think the stronger you are and the better your jiu-jitsu is, you can come away dominating her. You can bag rounds. You can bag rounds. And that's going to be, I think, Manon's big key here to me will be more inside fighting. Like, her level of striking beats a lot of these other girls, from Manon, but yeah, she can outstrike Jennifer Maia. She can outstrike Mayra Bueno Silva. She can outstrike Araújo, I think. I think Manon could outstrike Araújo. Even Grasso. I think she could get on the Grasso, because she's a much harder hitter and she can move in. But the fact that Chookagian moves around a lot and doesn't commit the shots, and she's quick to step out of range, and she'll throw a lot of flicking type punches, and some BS punches here and there just to kind of confuse you and frustrate you. The fact that she does that and she's moving out of range, it makes it tough for you to really land clean on her or get a chance to sit down on your punches. That's why I say it's important for Manon to take the fight to the ground or, to the cage where she can work knees and elbows. Right? Because, Chookagian, we say she's boring, but there's something she's doing right. There's still something she's doing right to get these victories. And it's time to tell these girls, hey, this is what you need to do. I mean, I give Amanda Ebos a lot of credit. I personally wouldn't have put her in at number 15, but Amanda Ebos, I gave her a lot of credit for that close, almost victory for her against Chookagian. Because she went in there and said, I don't care. She took Chookagian's punches. She took her down. Had me like, Chookagian, what's Chookagian doing in here? I was like, Chookagian in here getting out grappled and outworked by a strawweight right now. So when it comes down to it, Manon just got to say, look, let me look at what Amanda Ebos did and say, can I do that? Sure, I can do that. I'm a bigger version of her, right? She just needs to say, I'm a bigger version of her and push. Okay, post the comments. James Pritt said this fight is good to see what level Manon is on. Yeah, definitely. Height and reach of Chookagian will be something new for Manon. I agree. Manon will probably try to take it down. She's getting in love with the wrestling. Yeah, she should. Yeah, Brian says she should too. Yeah, she should definitely take the fight to the ground because, you don't really want to give Chookagian any advantage. Yeah, Manon probably can hit harder. Yeah, Manon probably could start you with some body shots. So you got to mix it up. But don't give somebody like Chookagian any type of advantage. I think you have to be on your timing, look to counter, and then if you see her coming in, boom, take her down to the ground and pound. Because Manon doesn't just lay and pray. Manon grounds and pounds. No lay and pray for Manon. So that will probably be her best bet, is to make it kind of like the Valentina fight. When Valentina would get her down, open up them cuts, start working them elbows on her and take her out of her game plan. Because grittiness is what Chookagian lacks to me. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't get down and dirty like that. And I mean, she admitted to a certain extent, like she said, like, she doesn't run. Chookagian doesn't run. So I don't really see her as being that type of, she's high cardio, but it's still a level of like road work, I think, builds up your grittiness too, because Chookagian, she can 5-round fighter, she can be a 3-round fighter, but she doesn't run. And it kind of shows. It does kind of show because she can't throw a lot of punches, but there's not much steam on her. There's not a lot of steam. There's not a lot of pushing off the legs or sitting down on these shots, throwing a lot of hard push kicks, So with her being a more of that feather duster, like some people say, point fighter, they don't really fight with a lot of grit. They just don't. That's not them. Their objective is to go in there and just outpoint and stay ahead that way. Never looking to finish, right? Which is still, like, to me, it's not dangerous physically, but it's definitely a style that could win over Manon. That's why I say Manon has to make sure she takes every advantage over her, which is her physical strength and her ground and pound. Sink, what's going on? Sink said Chookagian has a weakness to judo. And I say no size and strength advantage from Ebos will make her judo just as effective against Chookagian. I agree. Yeah, there should be no reason why Manon ignores taking the taking it to the ground like this. I say the only thing is be careful with the judo, tossing her around. You don't want Chookagian to get the back. Chookagian's got them long limbs. You don't want her to get the back and wind up trying to submit you or getting you in that compromising position. So the judo has to be, time right. But yeah, her wrestling should be a big part of it. James Preston, who do you think is bigger, Manon or Santos? I think upper body wise, Manon looks a little bit bigger. Like for some reason, when I see her, it's like, wow, like her shoulders. She's wide, big flyweight. I think Manon, I give her the edge. I give her the edge in size, and it's not too far. I think Tyler Santos looks a little bit bigger just because of the muscle. The muscle that she does have, it makes her look a little bit bigger. Like even though she isn't, if that makes sense. I think her legs are a little bit bigger, like in the thighs. Waist down. But I think Manon overall is like taller and wider. Chance I love Manon, but in my opinion, it's going to be a very competitive fight in a split decision. Oh yeah, yeah. It's really tough for me to just go in there on a limb like some fans that they just love a fighter and say, "Oh, Manon going to starch." Yeah, that's what I would love, but when we get down to breaking it down, man, it's closer than we think. It could be like Angela Hill and Lemos, such an awkward style, versus somebody who hasn't met that level yet, right? Manon is 1 inch taller, but Santos has bigger reach. Yeah, yeah. Manon, that was one thing about her. Like she doesn't really have like long arms. Like, she's tall, wide, and I think that's where her reach kind of goes away because the shoulders widen. The limbs don't necessarily get longer. Let me see. Weight wise, I think Santos would be a bit heavier. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, like from the waist down, she does look a little bit thicker though. And Manon, she does a lot of running too and cycling, so that probably takes a lot of weight off of her. She's more of like a lean muscle when you look at like even her torso in this picture and her arms. Jen said Santos was special and lost to Barella. Styles make fights. That's true. Yeah, styles make fights, man. Like this could be a style matchup where it could be split. It could be split. It could be. But yeah, to get to that next level, yeah, Manon she has to go in there and brutalize Chookagian. I mean, she has to go in there. Let's just be real. She got to go in there and she's got to brutalize. Like, y'all bring up split decision. Yeah, if it was a split, that's gonna make us question some things, right? It cannot be a split decision. I don't care if it is Styles making fights. If you can't impose your will on Chookagian at this level with what you have, and I'm giving Manon a lot of credit. She has a lot of good things about her. A lot of good things for her to just go in there and shut Chookagian down. But if you can't go in there and get it in dominant fashion, might not be ready for the title shot. Not ready for the title shot. I'll gladly say that because you have to disrespect at this level. Manon has to be brutal like she is. Just like she did to Tabitha Ricci. You got to do the same thing to her. You got to do the same thing. Got to do the same thing. Same thing that Andrade did. How you think Andrade got that title shot? She didn't get it with a split decision over Chookagian. She said, I'm going to stab this girl in the body and get this fight over with. She put that butcher knife to her body and Chookagian was out of there. So, Manon's got to do that at some point. It ain't got to be a first round finish, but if it's going to be 30-27, Chookagian's got to walk out of there not looking like Chookagian. I mean, Chookagian's going to have her head twice the size of Joanna's head. The 30-27 has got to be brutal, but you got to finish in some round. Like I said, it ain't got to be first round finish. It's got to be a big, big finish for us to jump to the next level. Well, like I said, brutal 30-27. I'm just saying, because when you're on this level and you do want that shot, there has to be a strong argument. I mean, Jennifer Maia, I know beating JoJo ain't like the biggest thing in the world, but Jennifer Maia swooped in and took JoJo's title shot and called Valentina out after a first round finish. So that was a nice swoop in for her, good performance and a good statement. And then when you got Jessica Andrade, same deal with her. She goes in there, butcher knives Chookagian to the body. Big statement, right? They earned it. So for Manon, I ain't gonna put no pressure on her, still a fan, but she got to go in there and brutalize Chookagian. I'm not going, I'm not gonna be happy with a majority or split decision. Well, I mean, I'll be glad she won, but it's gonna be hard for us to argue that she goes in there and does what Tyler did against Valentina. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's got to be. It's just got to be. I mean, a win is always nice, but when you start fighting Valentina, it's got to be more than W's. There's got to be dominance. It's got to be pure dominance. I mean, like she changed Chookagian up and just whoops her to the point of submission. That's it. You know what I mean? Like it has to be that. Robert Henry, what's going on? He says the celebration. Yeah, man, we talking about some big fights. I've been kind of jumping over on live streams, man. Yeah. Chen says she stopped Chookagian. Who's that? Andrade? Yeah. That's how you get it. Cole said, if it's a split decision, we have no reason to believe Manon will beat Valentina. Right. Because I would say styles make fights in most cases on a lower level, but no, it's a different thing here. Like Manon could split decision Chookagian, but she could go in there and knock out who's another name? Lauren Murphy or something. She could TKO Lauren Murphy, but split decision Chookagian. Like I could go in there and say, oh, Chookagian took her 3 rounds, close, controversial fight, right? But then I could say, oh, she'll stop Lauren. Yeah, because that's on that lower level. But if you split decision Chookagian, going in there against Valentina, let's say you didn't look good against Chookagian, then we already know, oh, Valentina's going to control this fight, right? She'll control it. What else about Chookagian going into this one? Not Chookagian, but Manon. Robot Chicken said, Brian, if she can't stop E-Boss, she's not stopping Manon. I believe that. She's got a better chance of submitting Manon than stopping Manon. And even then, that's not like a high thing. Like, she's got more of a chance of armbarring Manon than stopping her. I think Manon's chin has been tested against Jennifer Maia with a kick. In her early days, she's fought some girls that like to push and throw hard shots. Cole said, who has a better ground game? Let me see. I know Manon's a brown belt. I think Chookagian is a brown belt. But let me think. All around ground game, this is including everything. I'd say Manon. I think Chookagian has an underrated ground game where she can defend off her back every now and then, or she can surprise you. with the takedown, but I think Manon's ground game is a little bit more brutal. I think hers is more controlling. Even like when she'll transition from like side control and just start wailing elbows on fighters, when she took Myra Winter Silver down and Jennifer Maya, like I think when and she's keeping them down and she's being effective, I think her ground game is better to me. But I'm gonna give the edge in like boxing IQ. I'm gonna give the boxing IQ. I gotta give the edge to Chookagian. I have to, you know, because her movement and her hands has gotten her wins. Not any knockouts, but it's gotten her a lot of wins. But it's proven more. So and that's why I have to say, yeah, boxing IQ. I probably have to give Chookagian that edge. Strength edge, I'm gonna give them a known. Cardio edge for now. Well, not for now. Cardio edge, I think, is edged out by Chookagian again. By not a great deal because I never really seen Manon gassed. I mean, everybody mentions the Myra Winter Silver fight, but Manon to me was coming off of illness, but I don't think she was like gassed out. Never really seen her gas out in a fight, but I have to give gas tank edge again to Chookagian. It's been proven. She don't got any stoppages. She's a point fighter, right? So cardio, we'll go to cardio IQ. We'll go to Chookagian. Boxing, striking advantage. Yeah, power, strength, killer instinct factor. That all goes to Manon. I'm not saying Manon's not a smart fighter now. Like IQ's not too far behind because she does know how to make adjustments, but we just got to see what happens, right? I like this fight, though. I like it. Cole said he wished we got Marina Fiorot. Ooh, man, that would have been a good one. And we would have been getting it in 2 weeks too, right? That's what's really depressing. Like that fight could have been on this France card. That would have answered a whole different other type of question. Like that would have answered like how good is Manon's chin? How tough is her body? How good is her striking? How good is her jab? Right? Because how strong is she? Because Andrade would be pushing and you would have to get her respect with striking. And you have to have takedown defense. So yeah, that fight in itself was a whole different monster. But I wanted to see that too. Chen said Manon looked like she had some sort of hand injury because she wasn't using it. Which it was the left hand. It was the left hand. Because I was going to talk about that in the video. I forgot. I didn't never do the video. It was the left hand. Because remember, if you talking about the Jennifer Maya fight, Chin, it was the left hand that was injured because she threw over 120 some odd right hands. I went back and counted that thing. Yeah, like I didn't count it like physically, but I went back and looked at the stats. Like she threw over like 100 and something right hands, I think. Because the left was injured. Can't remember too, like the way she was moving it. He said something like something was hurt. I'm gonna see Myra Winter Silver and Pudilova. Yeah, I watched that. I'll definitely watch that fight. Brian said, "No, I think Santos needs a couple. Manon, Grasso, Vivi are all in line and should get a shot if they keep winning." Yeah, I want to see Lauren Murphy and Tyler Santos, honestly. Yeah, Lauren Murphy and Tyler Santos would be good. Why Santos needs a couple, I think she can get it soon. No, I agree with Valentina. Valentina said, let her fight Lauren Murphy, and then that'll decide she gets a rematch. I think Lauren Murphy would be enough. Brian said, "Does Grasso even want a title shot? She's very suspect to me." Mm. Mm. Uh, Grasso says she wanted to test herself against Maya because Maya gave Val her toughest fight. Now Santos has Val her toughest fight. So where does Santos call out? Hey, look, I'm waiting on that too. But people talk about Lauren Murphy. Lauren Murphy said she would do it. Well, I mean, Lauren didn't do the best against Valentina, but Lauren was going to be a test for any other fighter. So, but yeah, Tyler did, right? So with the Arujo fight off, let's get Grasso, Tyler Santos. Doggone it. I want to see Grasso in one of these big fights. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the Maya fight looked like a limp. Yeah, no. It was a Myra Buena. I know the Myra Buena Silva fight. She had like a little limp, the ankle or something like that. Yeah, Myra Buena Silva fight. It was like a limp. Because remember after she left the fight too, she said she had like a leg injury or something. It was the leg injury and it was C19. Grasso could get it by the end of the year since Bullet wants to fight in November, but no one won't be ready. We'll all see what happens. Yeah, she's on her three or four fight win streak. Oh yeah. I know what you mean. Her wrist looked limp. She was there. Yeah, I don't know if that's an injury though. I think she's kind of getting a habit of leaving her hands open like that though. Manon. Like you're watching her bounce around and the hands is kind of like limp. I thought she might have been doing that on purpose, which I don't think that's a good thing. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I just noticed that maybe it was an injury, but it just seemed a little because it makes it almost look like you're not ready to throw a hard punch. Yeah, Grasso, I don't know, man. I know she's won 3 fights in a row, but I don't really see any of them being worth, a title shot. So I don't think she should be able to jump in there yet. All right, y'all hit that like. We got like 20 something people in here. We're just talking about these big fights here coming up. But yeah, listen, my mind is open to what could possibly happen in a fight like this, but I think that Manon is just on a roll right now, and I don't think she's gonna let Chookagian get into a groove. Like if Ebos can do that, I think if Ebos can do that to Chookagian, I think Manon can do something similar and be just as vicious. I know she's gonna want to respect Chookagian a little bit early on, but eventually she's gonna be stabbing her with side kicks to the body. She's gonna work her and get in close, hopefully. Mojo says Grasso still fighting Arujo in October. Did they move it to October? I didn't even know they did because they canceled it so many times. They canceled it this past weekend. Y'all remember it was supposed to be on this car like 2 weekends ago. I don't even know, man. I don't even have faith in anymore to see it stay on. Yeah, it's still on for October 15th. It's the main event. Wait a minute. Hold on now. I ain't trying to give out false information, but is that true? Or did it get canceled again? All right. August 13th. Yeah, that was the original date. No, if you want the original date, that was January, then August. And now it's on for October 15th. Okay. Yeah, it looks like October 15th. It's a main event, too. It's going to be a 5-round fight. Okay. And you know what? That's probably going to be the title eliminator next, I think. I think so. Okay, yeah, y'all said 15th too. Okay, 15th. Okay. Mojo says, so who would fight Valentina this fall? With this fight so far out, Valentina's not going to be fighting until January or February, I don't think. Me playing matchmaker again, I'm just saying. Nobody is in line to fight Valentina right now. Tyler's training. I don't think she had the surgery, so she's not ready for a rematch. Manon's fighting in October, or Rujo Grasso's fighting in October. Valentina's not fighting at the end of this year, I don't think. I don't think she is. She ain't fighting until January or February. And then that's not going to be her fault. It's just, the turnaround schedule. A lot of cancellations. Grasso fighting in October. I don't think she'll be ready for January or December, excuse me. Yeah, Valentina ain't coming back till January or February. There's nobody to fight. Y'all watch my words on that, man. Valentina will be back next year. Because, the more and more you beat everybody, the longer the wait, in the future. Jen said Grasso needs to quit playing. Look, I don't have faith in this fight happening in October yet, man. James said if Grasso's fighting October, she can't fight. Exactly. Yeah, it's like I said. Yep. James, you got it. Bullet ain't fighting until next year. Right, Brian. There's nobody. Marcus said, I still haven't forgot when Grasso could have finished Carla, but Grasso didn't put her foot on the gas. I remember that. I was watching that fight. I was mad, boy. Todd Johnson, what's going on, man? Glad you're in the building. He said, great show today. Chookagian and Manon is going to be a good fight. I see Manon winning this one, too. Yeah, man. Keep your fingers crossed. We rooting for the beast in this one. We need some new blood in the division, man. Yes, sir. Todd Johnson, I know you said in the chat once, I think you hit the match, right? You do BJJ, right? That's my next thing to tackle. I ain't gonna say accomplish because I don't know if I will, but I wanna jump on some jiu-jitsu here pretty soon. Mojo said that's what I was thinking. I know she said she wanted to fight around November, but ain't nobody out there. Yeah, nobody's out there for her. Santos, I don't know, because she said in the interview that she don't think Santos is ready and she don't want the rematch yet. She said maybe if she fights Lauren Murphy first. And she said, let her heal up first. Todd said, I like Grasso, but don't see her lasting 2 rounds with Valentina. Nah. I think that's going to be a different type of story, though. I don't think her boxing can really save her in that fight. Todd said, Robot Chicken said, Todd, when's the last time Grasso got finished? Her defense is good and her boxing is on point. Yeah, her boxing is on point, but I don't know if she can take even like the clinch of Valentina. Like Valentina, see she's getting outboxed. Valentina will take it down to the ground. Last time she got finished was Suarez? And that's telling you something, big, strong, or you just physically stronger and you got her respect. Yeah. That could be another one to finish it, though. She hadn't been finished. Grasso hasn't been finished in a while because, if you think of the competition level. I'm not knocking. I'm just saying, like, I don't expect Jinyu Kim to finish her. I didn't expect her to get finished by Macy, but, Valentina, that's a different story. Oh, you said just get in there and yeah, I'm gonna get in there and try it out pretty soon. Here. Yeah, like Brian said, Santos injury ain't gonna be healed yet, especially if you're going into something major like that. Medusa canceled Grasso Araujo and scheduled Grasso Valentina. It's a top 5 fighter, right? Yeah, yeah. But I really want to see this one now, man. Grasso and Araujo, since Araujo needs to get her a win again, good solid win. Well, she does have Andrea Lee, but I want to see her go on a little streak. But yeah, that's another one I'm looking forward to in October. I didn't put up here. It's going to be 5 rounds too. We'll see. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this fight. Uh oh. Carla's days are numbered, right? According to a lot of people, right? Carla's days are numbered. Carla, Zhang Weili, UFC 281. That's November. Yeah, November 12th. Yeah, November 12th. Man. This is Zhang Weili's chance to be a 2-time champion. But we still don't know. Fight might get canceled. No, I'm just playing. I ain't even gonna say nothing like that. Grasso. I don't know if she can last the whole fight with Valentina. We'll see. Carla. Carla. I'm not, like I said before. I'm one over here that I don't dislike Carla. Don't hate her. I give her a lot of respect because she's fought everybody. Just about. And I know she gets a lot of close wins. But, Carla fights. Might be her fight. But she has been consistent. She has been consistent as far as fighting and getting back into her game. You got to give a person credit. She lost the belt almost 8 years ago, came back and got it. Notice I said got it because the fashion that she won it in, still got to take away from that. It wasn't the best fight. I'm just saying, like, she stayed in this sport over the course of 8 years, 7, 8 years to get back in there and do it again. And Rosa, she's the one to blame too, because Rose had a belt and she didn't put the work in to get some get back from Carla. Carla to me was the same. Carla fought the way she always does. That's why I wasn't as mad at Carla. I couldn't put a lot of pressure on because Carla has a lot of close fights. Yeah, Chin, she got a lot of close to fights. So that, to me, that's like she's one that's always done what she's done. But now she's got the belt. Now she's got a big, strong test in front of her again. A big, strong test in Zhang Weili, a revamped Zhang Weili, if you will. But it's still a revamped one that I want to see, that I still need to see tested against this type of fighter. Like, I know everybody thinks Carla's going to wither and crumble. Don't you doubt Carla now. Don't you doubt her. If you didn't listen to me when I said Carla would somehow win the Rose fight, listen to me this time. Zhang Weili, yeah, she's got a lot of good advantages in this fight, but you never know how fights actually play out when they actually get into rhythm. Like, you never know how Carla's rhythm might throw Zhang Weili off, or vice versa, right? So before we just go in there and just say she's going to destroy her, understand, there's still some things that's going to be a little foreign to Zhang Weili here. This type of wrestling and this type of range that Carla keeps, you got to be able to hit the target. Zhang Weili, I know her boxing is better, but you got to be able to close in and hit that type of target. Six McLovin Kick said, Weili as a champion, you guarantee not to have a boring fight. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Yeah, and that's one reason I know everybody wants her in this position, whether it be if Rose had won or Carla won, they'd want to see Weili back in there because Weili is a definitely one of my favorite exciting fighters today. You know, but I always look at everything as a realist too. You know, I just saying, Carla has some things about her that could offset Zhang Weili, right? But if Zhang Weili can do what she did to Joanna, close distance early and take down, you gotta remember Joanna's strong, man. Joanna is strong. Like she's physically strong. But Zhang Weili went in there and shut that down the second fight. I know you say she's been out for 2 years, but Joanna's still strong. She's still been training. Zhang Weili was just on another level this time, you know. And one thing that keeps her growing is her ability to just want to get better, learn. Like that's the one thing I noticed. Even like the 2 rounds that she was in there with Joanna, like her movement was different, much more confidence than the Rose fights. Not a lot of hesitating, more chances being taken. And some of the chances she took against Joanna, most people would say you shouldn't take that kind of chance because Joanna can counterpunch. You walk into a jab or straight right hand, but you go into this type of fight with Carla, you don't expect to see her counterpunching too much, right? So what she's bringing to the table here could very much well overwhelm Carla. Yeah, I can see that. But just be ready for Carla because Carla has been working on her striking a little bit. She's going to be forced to use it here, unlike the Rose fight. She did land a few left hands on Rose here and there. She did a little bit of work here and there, very far in between. But again, who's the quicker one? Zhang Weili. Who's the stronger one? Zhang Weili, right? Zhang Weili goes all out. It's either all or nothing. I think. Like Carla, she can get close fights because most of the times, she's kind of controlling that pace. But when you fight somebody like Zhang Weili, she's going to be controlling it, unless, you're a real good striker, you're long like Joanna was in the first fight. And even then, you pay the price for going in the pocket with Weili. It took a lot out of Joanna to control Weili. And one of the things I've always said about Carla, as far as her weaknesses, are strong, physical fighters, right? She can out wrestle a lot of people, but the ones that she's out wrestled were never really these physically strong specimens like Tatiana, Joanna. I think Rose could have done some things to Carla in that rematch, but she just did not engage. So I can't put her on that list of somebody because she didn't do anything. But when it comes down to like there's fighters that have beat her, Tatiana, strong physical presence, And I think even like back then when I was looking at these on the come up fighters, I was like, Zhang Weili and Tatiana, they were like the strongest in the division. I still pick Tatiana as like that top one though, y'all. Yeah, I know y'all dislike that, but Tatiana, come on now. I was right with Tatiana before, so still got to give her that credit as being that one. But no, Zhang Weili, she is just as physically strong, and that could be once again that kryptonite that just shuts Carla down, right? Let me read through some comments here. Y'all been talking a little bit, so let me see. Robot said, I'm not counting Weili out like many doing, but they thought after the Rose fight she'll never get the belt again. I definitely ain't counting her out. I know what you mean. Some people have, but no, like the way the division is right now, the belt would jump around. You know, Marina could win it one day, and then lose it to uh, Carla or something like that. She could lose to Carla again. You know, Rose could pop up in there again. But Sean Weili, you better believe she'll get hers again. You know, I think the Rose fight was just a situation where styles clashed. She had her number at the time, but Zhang Weili never quit. So she's always going to be in that realm. She's always going to be in that realm. Right now, of how the division is going, she'll be in that realm for a while. Like she'll win the belt, she could keep it, lose it, but eventually she'll get it again. Six is Zhang Weili would do to Carla what she did to Andrade. I don't know if she'll do it the same way because Carla's not going to run in. She's going to actually have to be the one coming at her. You know, Zhang Weili had the opportunity and she took it because Andrade came straight at her, right? But I think it'll be the opposite this time. Yeah, Weili will have to go after Carla. You know, she's gonna have to go after Carla to get it. Mary Thomas, what's up? She said Carla versus Weili would be a good fight if Carla imposes her will hard enough. Right. Yeah, she gonna have to do something. Like she gonna have to do something and make her presence known. Like going for takedowns. You know, switching levels early, staying in the center and initiating takedowns and keeping Weili on her back. That's her best chance. You know, that's her best chance. Mary Thompson, she has wrestling credentials and she's very strong, but in my opinion, not as quick as reactor as Weili. Yeah, Weili's a much, she's got that quick burst, much more athletic, quick to react. And that combined with her strength could be the early finish of Carla. But, Carla's got that control on the ground. We can't knock that. Yeah. Mastermind says strawweight titles like a circle. Nobody holds on to it long enough like JJ. No, yep. No. And nobody gonna hold on it too long, man. Six says Zhang also has a height advantage, which he rarely does over Carla. Yeah, and if she works on punching down, man, them punches gonna hurt. Like, well, yeah, like she did to Andrade, her power punching down, that's a big advantage. Mary said Carla's weaknesses, size disadvantage, and inside fighting. Yeah, that's one of her things. Like size, reach advantage, size and reach disadvantage, and lack of striking. She really just started working on it and getting better with it in her last couple fights. And even then, it wasn't like this big thing that got her victories. It's still something that she has to put together, but with a lack of reach, it hasn't been in her favor. That's why a lot of people think she needs to be an atomweight. Mojo said Rose's clutch was slipping the whole fight against Carla. Yeah. Oh, hold on here. James Preston, still crazy to see how Rose can show up for big moments and freeze against lower opposition. Mental instability is crazy at this level. Yeah. Yeah, man. You got to be ready to defend that belt against everybody. Oh, Lolita said lose to Lamos. Lose to Lamos. Who would lose to Lamos? Carla or Zhang Weili? Yeah, that's a good question. Like, if Zhang Weili wins the belt, do you think she'll hold on to it for a number of title defenses? That's the question. Because you're gonna have If Marina can beat Lemos, you got Marina. You got Mackenzie Dern. Rose probably not fighting for the belt right away anytime soon. Like, what do you think? Like, does she hold on to it? Does she defend against the opposition that's in there right now? Can she go on a Joanna type title defense reign? Yeah, that's a good question. Can she hold on to it like that? Can she get up in there and make adjustments in every fight, or just dominate with her style and go through these girls like Marina? Well, first Carla, then Marina, then Mackenzie. Then if Jan Janon's around there, then maybe get that third fight with Rose again at some point. Can she do that? Because everybody after Joanna, they just been defending it one time. You know, it's been crazy. Like, and you know, and I say it's been tougher because a lot of these girls haven't had that. What's the best way to put it? They haven't had that dog in them. Like, well, Weili's got a dog. That's the wrong word. Let's say the competition level is a little bit hot, stiffer. You know, Rose jumped in there for Andrade, got finished. That's a tough first title defense for anybody. Weili did win hers, you know, beating Joanna, but even then, that was a tough fight. She goes and loses it to Rose. You know, so if you really, really dissect it, they did take on some tough title defenses, you know, between Rose, Weili, Andrade, as many times as the belt switched around. You know, for Joanna, Jessica Panay, it's not that, you know, not like a big, tough, it wasn't really like a big, tough title defense. Letourneau, yeah, she was a good fighter. I'd say Andrade was probably her best title defense. And then Carolina, yeah. But still, you know, that's a pretty good resume because she did what a lot of fighters couldn't do to Jessica Andrade. You know, of course, Weili, you know, finished in one round, but strawweight division is interesting like that, man. James G, what's going on, man? Let's see. Mary said, well, if Zhang holds on to it and Rose wants to come back later to reclaim, how would they sell this rubber match? I don't know. Well, it's the same question like how they sold the Volkanovski Max Holloway rubber match to me. Like, they argue that Holloway won one of the fights, but Holloway was already 0-2 as well, right? At least in this situation, is Weili did finally get the belt if she beats Carla, right? You know, at least we could say she did get the belt. Whereas, you know, Holloway, he was always on the challenging side. So she can still get in that position to get that vengeance or redemption against her, right? James G said, if Weili improves her defense, then I think so. We need to see how strong her takedown defense is. Mojo said, if any strawweight can defend multiple times, I think Weili could be the one. Yeah, you know, more I look at it, I agree. Yeah, because I'm just looking at the rankings right now. I'd say, yeah, Weili would be the one because she's got a lot of good things about her. Good things and growing. You know, good things and growing about Weili. It's not always the same thing. Like Carla, you know, she went on a nice little win streak from the bottom up, but those were close fights. But when you get to the top, you got to have something dominant about you. You know, Carla doesn't really dominate fighters in there. You know, didn't even defend the belt the first time. But if you go in there and fight somebody like Kenzie Dern, you got to have something to keep her off you. You know, her striking's getting better. Her jiu-jitsu could be a problem for Carla, right? It would probably be another close fight if Carla can survive in there with her wrestling. But I think, Weili always carries, finishing power. Her kicks are vicious. Clinch game. Ground and pounds been good. So, yeah, if you really look at it, like anybody growing to defend would be her. Marina Rodriguez is a good fighter too, but I think it's her lack of a ground offense. Like she can defend on the ground because she hasn't been submitted. That's one thing about Marina we got to talk about. Marina may get taken down, but she's never been submitted, right? So she has some good defense about her, but like I'd like to see her grow into a more of an offense on the ground. But that could be her downfall in the fight, facing somebody stronger. Like if she did fight Rose might take her down and wrestle her. So really, yeah, like you want to look at dominant fighters and well-rounded ones, like it could be Zhang Weili. Everybody loses sometimes, but she may be showing the most improvements. We'll see. 6 says Zhang has the ability to run division. She just needed the Western state of mind. Who's Cejudo and Captain are training her. Right. That's what I said about Yan Xiaonan. Yan Xiaonan was having trouble putting the wrestling and jiu-jitsu together until she linked up with Uriah Faber and started working with him. He's helped her combined takedowns and defending takedowns and fighting off of her back. Chin said, I think Rose and Joanna are Weili's toughest opponents because of their striking. Yeah. Andrade could have been that, but Andrade was easy work that night. Everybody thought that was going to be a good fight, like a long fight, but Andrade got made easy work of. Brian said Rose had one best fight. People could forget how exciting she's been as a fighter. She's excited. No, she's exciting. Rose got some, good fights. Like I've always, I rank her high in her boxing. Well, I know what you mean in general as people, but I still think she has some pretty good things about her. James's count is Dern the best on the. Is she the best on the what? James said, is Dern the best on the ground at strawweight? Oh, ground. I was best on the ground. I was like, what? Best on the ground? Probably say yeah. Because that's where she's most dangerous. Now, she ain't got the best takedowns, but when she's on the ground, yeah, she's dangerous. More dangerous than anybody, I think. Yeah, like jiu-jitsu wise, the way she just goes to work and she just starts twisting you up, like, yeah, like I think Dern is probably like yeah. I'd say that. Now her getting takedowns, that's another story. Well, like when she winds up getting you there, or you trip up and you give her a limb or two, she's got you. So yeah, I would say I'd say Dern is. Yeah, 6 said on the ground easy. Yeah. Chin said y'all see them bump Usman down 3 spots. Oh wow, 3 spots on 3 spots on the in his division, or like pound for pound overall. So Weili would be on the challenger side towards Rose individually because of their history, but using her belt and title as a win is a sort of petition for it. Right, yeah. It could happen, yeah, because she has the belt now. Like if it was the other way around, it would really make sense. Kind of like Max Holloway did. Max Holloway fighting the third fight, and he lost the first 2. It didn't really make sense because he had no leverage. But at least Weili has leverage here because she has a belt now. Like maybe eventually if Rose gets a couple wins, Weili could get that third fight again, right? You know that Rose Weili second fight was pretty close. Like the first time I watched it, I thought Weili won it, but it was another one of those close ones, man. Like where they're gonna give it to whoever took out who winning, not dominated, but who just took the initiative in the fifth round. She laid on her. She laid on in that fifth round. And that's the thing I was saying. Like if Carla wrestles Weili down and she gets put on her back like that, we never know what could happen. Six said Lemos all day over Marina. Marina don't have that killer instinct. Yeah, Lemos going, Lemos got a style in front of her that might make her a good little highlight reel, but you still got to remember Marina. She's got some good things going for her too. Like Marina's not an easy fighter to go in there and just knock out. Now if she run in there with marching for her punches, it could be tough. High Five said Rose is an exciting fighter until she decided to be a xenophobe, being disrespectful. Weili in the third round of the rematch, and delusional in the fifth of Carla. Man, the Weili rematch wasn't like the best Rose. Like that was kind of where her stock went down. I think it's exciting, but then the rematch with Carla was where it all went out. It all went out. That fight was horrible. Worst fight. And that's the thing, like they're good fighters, but that was a terrible fight. That was a terrible fight. And now it's going to take a lot for Rose to get back into that exciting category again for a lot of people, The people will only remember you for your last fights, Casual fans, they do. I don't know. I won't say Marina's overrated. Marina's got a good resume. Like, if you really want to look at her resume, not too far from Weili's. Weili has Andrade that pushes her over to me. But if you look at Marina's resume, she's not overrated. She's right where she needs to be. She's actually on a good little win streak. Yeah. Marina's no, I don't think she's a nice fighter like karate, like Michelle Waterson. No, like she'll finish you. She's tough. If the opportunity's there, she'll finish you. You know what I mean? Like she ain't finished everybody she's fought, but I wouldn't say she's overrated because let's pull up her resume. Marina's got a good resume. I mean, pound for pound, if you want to look at like who she's fought, she's ever since she came into the UFC, she's fought some ranked fighters. I mean, Zhang fight. I mean, hey, we can debate that. I mean, I think Jan did win that fight, but Marina's got a good resume. Let's see, Marina. She beat a veteran and Jessica Aguilar. Now, I know she had a draw with Miranda Marcos. Okay, she didn't lose though. She beat Tisha Torres. Draw with Calvillo. Okay, it's not good. But they've been giving her big names. Like she's been having to fight tough fighters. She almost had to fight Claudia, but they canceled that. Lost a close fight to Carla. A lot of people think she won. Then she beat Ebos, Waterson, Dern, Jana, Tisha Torres, Aguilar. So she's fought good fighters. Win or lose, draw. She's fought good fighters. So yeah, she's not overrated to me, Sticks. I mean, she's good, man. Like even if you want to argue her title shot, her streak to a title shot, You might say it's better than Weili's. You might say that because the first time Weili got her title shot, she beat Aguilar as well, Danielle Taylor, and Tisha Torres. Then she fought Waters. But you see, Marina is going to have to fight Ebas, Waterson, Dern, Jan Janon, and Amanda Lemos. That's 5 tough fighters before she can get a title shot. That's 5 tough fighters. Again, I'm not knocking Weili's right up there, but Weili is where she needs to be now. But she ain't had to fight this many fights. She fought Torres, Aguilar, Danielle Taylor. Those were the 3 fights that she fought to get to a title shot. Where again, I'm going to say it again, Marina's fighting Ebas, Waterson, Dern, Jan Jana, and Amanda Lemos. And there's still no guarantee that she'll get a title shot after that. There's still no guarantee that she'll get a title shot after that. Right? Like, this could be the one where she loses. Like, she got a lot to lose in this fight. She got more to lose than Lemos. Like, she's actually fighting down to possibly get a title shot. Yeah, Marina's not overrated. No. TJ said, is it true Wuyanon got cut? Also, is it true that Carla's husband put 1,000 on Weili to take the belt? I think the first question is true. The first question is true, TJ, but I don't know about the second. He trying to set up the retirement, huh? James said Lemos' power is on Andrade level. Her striking is crispier though. Yeah, her leg kicks are vicious, man. Like, you saw her leg kicks were moving on Andrade, right? 6 said Marina's a good fighter. She just doesn't have that it factor that you can tell by her aura. I think I know what you mean. Going back to the killer instinct thing, I think I know what you mean, but I could see her getting the belt. Keeping it, different story. Because for me, the aura, like a Valentina, the Nunez's, they're dominant. The way they fight, they're dominant. Like, they got something in them to get to that belt. That's the it factor I think you're talking about. So yeah, I think it's just like you said, time will tell, man. Like, Marina, we'll see. Like, this fight here with Lemos is going to answer questions because she's going to have to open up here and dominate, right? We're going to have to see a little shade of some Nunes or somebody, as far as somebody that really wants it, right? So yeah, it's just a matter of time. I mean, like, I think time's already told me that she is a legit contender, but yeah, getting to that next level, we'll see. We'll see. But that Yan Zhang fight, when she was fighting that type of striker, it kind of told me something in that fight. Like, that she was having problems with that type of style, though. Six and Marina fights too wide and very open. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that in the Yan Zhang fight for real. When she fought that type of striker. That's why I said, if that was Joanna that night, Joanna might have won that fight. Joanna probably would have won that fight. Because I think sometimes when she marches forward with her punches, that's not a good thing to march. When you kind of march forward, throwing a 1-2, it's easy to get countered and knocked off balance. James Press said you can put GDR in that too. I just don't see her fight often, but I guess you can put her there too. What is a hard puncher? Yeah. I think Lemos, when it comes down to like straight boxing and commitment to punching and how she turned them shots over. A little bit better than Rodriguez in that. Like Rodriguez got the Muay Thai down, but like kickboxing, Lemos would probably be the one in this one. I think that both fighters though, I'm gonna say this about both of them. That's gonna make this one tough to call. Is like Lemos and Rodriguez lack a jab. I'm just saying, like, I don't see either one of these fighters pumping jabs out enough. And they have power in their right hands that could get them so many knockouts if they threw a nice, consistent, crisp, doggone jab. They don't do it enough. They don't do it enough. Like, Rodriguez, to me, she probably could have knocked out Mackenzie Dern if she would have been throwing that jab down the pipe. If she would have been like sticking that jab in Mackenzie Dern's face, probably could have got her out of there. Lemos, she probably could have been knocked out Angela Hill. She'd been jabbing her, using a nice time jab. Cut them up, bust them up with the jab, and then boom, knock them out. Marina don't throw a jab like that. And she got nice, she got a nice, crisp right. When she throw the jab, it's there. But got a long reach. Pump that jab out. Yeah, high five. What's going on, high five? He said Rose and Joanna have great jabs. Yeah. Yeah, like Joanna, probably the best jab at a strawweight. Rose right there too. Best jabs in strawweight history. Yeah, Marina is a bit flat-footed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, robot chicken. Yeah, Marina flat-footed, and that's how that hand speed and footwork of Jan gave her problems, and that's why I said, "Oh yeah, you know what?" I was like, "Might be a good fight, but Joanna probably would win that one." I think, yeah, Lemos is wrestling. Yeah, 6. Lemos is wrestling. If she wants to avoid point fighting with Marina and the worries of getting out struck, her jiu-jitsu's good. Jiu-jitsu's good now. And she has good distance management too. I think she has good range. She can kind of eyeball the range. She kind of has a good ability to feint. Lemos, this is, so I wish she would kind of throw a jab more just to kind of blind her opponents. And then, boom, the power from the right hand, takes him out. Let's see. Yeah, TJ. Yeah, most of these exciting fighters, but we got some more. We got some more coming. Don't worry, they got more coming. TJ, you got Casey O'Neill coming. Don't worry, TJ. Casey O'Neill is coming. How fast I gotta go to class? All right. Masterminds account, love you a lot, man. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate that. I mean, these are some good fights coming up. That's why I just wanted to talk about it. Even like this Lemos fight, you opening my eyes up to some things here, because Marina, I like her. I do like her. Exciting fighter. But yeah, some of these stand-up fighters that have more of a commitment to range and more of a commitment to letting their hands go and turning over the proper shots, they can be problems. Brian Williams said he finds it hard to choose. This is me as a fan of Marina. I watch her critically to see things I want her to do better. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Like every time I see Marina fight, I want to just see that jab flow more, man. Like as somebody that's a fan of her, yeah, like I'm critical. Like I want to see the jab more. Like I want to see her pump that jab out in these fights, man. Like even if you ain't gonna pump it out like Joanna does, I mean, you got the length, use it. Master right hand, master power coming. That's how you got to do it. Thing Six said, Zhang Weili got that fountain of youth on her side, Asian backwards. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not, it's no lie. I mean, Six said Zhang Weili gonna be up in there like a little baby one day. She's going backwards to a fetus. No, I'm just playing. Nah, she'll be in as long as no injuries around, I think, Zhang Weili's gonna be in here for a while. She gonna be at the top for a while. Everybody knows Carla. She been in the game for a minute, and her days could be numbered. Rose, I think Rose is not even age with her. It could just be her not wanting to fight anymore. Like that, them days are coming. Marina's gonna be here, but yeah, Joanna gone. Zhang Weili will be here for a while. Yeah. She just said Casey O'Neill, she ever becomes a real contender, then at that point WMA looks like TV series is gone. Dang, he said by the time she gets there, come on, man. I'm just, you know me, man. I'm just messing with you. She got a lot of work to do though. She do. She gritty, but she got work to do. Robot Chick said, Zhang is guaranteed in the Hall of Fame. If she captured this belt again, it's going to really put her in there. Six said he thinks Marina's like Carla's today's wave of fighters. Yeah. Well, I think she's got to, like you said, got to level up, right? That's something I always say. You got to level up, and can't be a lot of close fights. It's got to be kill. It's got to be dominant. Like everybody that goes in there and thinks to overpower their opponent, they tend to have longevity in there. Valentina's and the Nunes, she lost, but he's back in there. Ronda Rousey when she was here. Yeah, Carla's won, 5 fights in a row or 6 in a row, but yeah, they all been very close. And then when you go in there and get somebody that has that dominance factor, which some of them didn't have, she loses. Tatiana, she's a dominant fighter. Tatiana's a dominant fighter. Joanna was, and they imposed their will on Carla. So you probably can expect Weili to do the same thing, to impose her will. And I like Weili, like I said, like I just like her work ethic, man. Like I like her Instagram. Like I look at these WMMA fighters' Instagrams to see the fight, just like when I watch boxing. I'm a boxing fan. I don't be looking at the Instagram for thirst traps and stuff like that. I mean, everybody gonna look again and say, "Oh, did they just post that?" But no, I'm looking at these women that are fighters because I want to see them. I'm looking at their IGs because I want to see some work. I want to see how they. I know they don't want to give away everything, but show us something. Weili's always showing us something on IG. Cause Six, if you knew over here too, like I was just posting little clips of Weili getting in that work, like leading up to her fights with Rose. Hang on one second, I'm gonna charge my phone. It's about to die. Hold on. Okay. All right. So six said, yeah, Rose. Yeah, like I said, yeah, Rose would be close to retiring just because I don't think she really has that fight in her because she was already talking about I'm not trying to think of getting punched in the face right now, you know. So she sounds like somebody that don't really want to be here any longer, you know. Like even if she does have the strength and she's still young and you know uninjured, you know, still youthful, she would stay. She wouldn't, you know, she wouldn't stay. She's ready to go. But like you see the fight flow in some of these fighters. That's what I was saying before I left. When I look at IG, I like looking at Weili's IG. That's why I do those little videos every now and then because I think she's one of them fighters that just likes to post, you know, the excitement of the fight game. And she knows how to attract people without showing skin. You know, Valentina, you know, she posts some training stuff too, but I think Weili, she does it more and more frequent. Like I like watching them in their training, you know, Manon Fiorot. Them IGs I really like to follow because they be in there getting the work in. Oh man, Chin said, what do you think about the Juarez versus KK match? Savannah Gomez. Mm, I'm not. Let me just put this. I'm not worried about Carolina getting too hurt in that fight. Like she could, because you know Juarez has some good boxing, but it, it's a safe fight. It's a safer fight for her than anybody else. You know, Carolina ain't going anywhere, so Carolina, if she gonna fight anybody, that's who she should be fighting. Unranked fighters like that, right? I mean, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna watch it. So yeah, I used to watch that. I used to watch that six. Like, yeah, you know, like I used to watch it, you know, you said it died after the Thug Diaries. Like she still gets on her channel, I think. She does most other videos, you know, little prayer videos, which definitely ain't knocking her prayers, but um yeah, I remember she used to do like a little thug series, but she ain't even doing that anymore. You know, Warrior still got the boxing two clipper, yeah. But I could see Carolina trying to take this fight down to the ground. But this is probably what Juarez needs to look good, you know. Somebody that is hittable and she can get them shots off. And you know, she can piece up. But if it goes to the ground, I have to favor Carolina in that. Robert Chicken said Nunez the real goat done it for years now. Ah, you heard it. You heard him right there. Mastermind said, what about Andrade? Will she get to fight for the title in strawweight anytime soon? Oh yeah, I think so. I think so. As long as she stays away from flyweight, continues to climb, yeah, we can't knock her because Rose and Andrade, they need to do it one more time. Rose Andrade, I want to see that third fight, man. I still want to see that fight. Yes or no? What are y'all in the chat? Yes or no? Y'all still want to see Rose Andrade 3, right? I want to see it. I don't care what nobody say. I still want to see it. I still want to see this fight. 5 rounds, yeah. Yeah, ain't got to be no belt on the line. Ain't got to be no belt on the line. I mean, they make that thing 5 rounds. Make that jump 5 rounds. I still tune in. That'd be a good fight. Okay, I think everybody wants to see it, right? She said, "Yeah, you want to make that thing 5 rounds." Oh, Andrade is number 4 now. Dang, I didn't even know that. Yeah, 5 rounds. Zama said he does, of course. Robot Chicken, you want to see it? Mojo wants to see it. Mastermind said 3 sounds pretty cool. Yeah. James Press, that's a good one. Brian said he don't need to see it, but he said he'll watch it. That's all I ask, man. I just make it happen. I want to see it. You know, 1-1. Somebody gonna put on a good trilogy. Somebody has to put on a good trilogy out of these top elite strawweights, and that's the good one. 6 said, though Rose Hunger died after the Andrade smashed her neck. More like Pat Barry just motivating her to fight, but Rose questioned her career choice because she's not hungry anymore. Yeah, you can teach somebody. You know, you can make them, or I want to say, you can make them get in there, but you can make them get in the cage, or you can't make them fight. Like, you can't make that hunger come out, right? And I think she shows up for a lot of fights. Like, she has good technique and good skills, but that fire ain't in there. Like, it ain't in there like that sometimes. Six said he watch it again. Yeah, I definitely watch it again. Valentina was never a double champ. She didn't KO Cyborg for the title. Remember that. I know. Yeah, look, I told you on the channel, y'all can talk GOAT talk all y'all want. I'm not doing the GOAT talk anymore, but I will throw this in there. I will say, y'all know Nunes has that resume that got a lot of great fighters on there. Right? And Shevchenko got good resume, but remember, Nunes got a lot of good fighters on there. I mean, when you got a Cyborg on your resume, and you got Valentino on there 2 times, you got Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey, Miesha Tate. Hey, beat all your other featherweights if you just want to throw them in. Felicia Spencer, Megan Anderson, and so on. I'm just saying that resume is something. You know, so for me, time being, pound for pound, number 1 is Amanda Nunes. You know, I mean, yeah, 6. Her time is coming up. Yeah, you know, it'll be there for sure if she can stop Amanda Nunes in like a rubber match. You know, beat her convincingly, or if Amanda Nunes retires, then she'll be number 1. But right now, Amanda's got that number 1 spot. Six said Valentina is too cringy. Is she? What? Why? For real? How's she cringy to you? I never heard that before. She don't say much though. How is she cringy to you? I've heard some people say Amanda was, but how's Valentina cringy? Robot Chicken said, look how many times Oliveira been stopped. Are you going to tell me people are beating him now? You live and learn. Yeah. Oh, the dance. Yeah. I mean, I never thought of it like that. I never thought she was cringy like that though. I mean, the dance ain't even cringy to me, There's some cringy fighters out there that that jump on IG and trying to, who's a good example right now? Some of the trash talk that's forced, these girls that be forcing the trash talk can be kind of cringy. I mean, if you want to say like when Casey O'Neill said, Valentine was keeping a belt warm for her, that's kind of cringy. He said she's just a corny fighter. I don't think she's a corny fighter, man. James said Combo get a combo gets stopped and come back and win. You get back to number one. It does make sense. It does make sense. Because she wasn't too far. She wasn't too far from the top, anyways. You know what I mean? It's not really an argument. Yeah, it ain't. It's not. It's not. I'm just saying. That's my point. I mean, there you go. I don't know why the name was slipping. I was thinking Kayla Harrison. Yeah, now that's cringe, boy. The video I posted the other day is proof of the cringiness, right? Talking about 3 Brazilian fighters ducking her. Yeah, that was kind of cringy. Yeah, that was cringy. Every time Valentine's post-fight interview always sounds like an after-school special. I'm gonna just post this right here. This is all I'm saying, James. Nunes beat better names. It was like the other day. Brian asked me the question, who's better? Who's the greatest of all time? Floyd Mayweather, Ali? Right there, Chin. Ali. Ali's the greatest. Ali's not just because he stated it, but he came back and beat everybody except when he was pretty much done. Trevor Burbick and Larry Holmes were the only 2 people he never beat. But he came back and beat everybody else. Leon Spinks, Joe Frazier, Ken Norton. Because a great one will fall, but it's all how they come back. You know, Amanda got stopped, came back and changed her whole game, did a 180, and just made Juliana look bad. I mean, Julia had her moments, but really, technically, Nunes shut Pena down. And that's just one other name on her resume. I mean, like all the other girls she just destroyed. We always come back to this talk somehow. We always come back to this talk. I'm not mad at you, though, for trying. I'm not mad at you for trying, though, but yeah, that was from my dad's era too. You know, George and Ali. So I think my dad had put some money on that because everybody said George was going to knock out Ali, and my dad, much like me, and I'm like him. I told people I think he put money on Ali. I think it was that fight, and he won because everybody said George was going to knock out Ali because he had the power, but nope. Because my dad, he seen that fight back then. I think can't remember where they saw it, but yeah, that was his era. And yeah, just like that, people swore George was gonna maul Ali, but he went up in there, smacked him up, took him in them deep waters and beat the crap out of him, knocked him out. Right hand put him down. He made George beat himself, really, you know, and that's IQ, right? Well, no, 6 we got Chookagian and Manon coming up. Manon and Tyler, impressive. Okay, hold on. Yeah, this one. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We got some important fights coming up here. The division as a whole. And this one, all like Tyler and Manon, those are impressive fighters right there. Yeah, I was looking at both of these. You talking about these markers? Yeah, I disagree with that. Manon, Tyler Santos. And then you got to look at the fighters on the come up. These are impressive fighters. Aaron Blanchfield. Even just Vivian Arujo and Alexa Grasso. That's a good fight. That's a good fight coming up in October. You got a lot of good fighters. I mean, you can't just focus on the strawweight division, man. Like look at the development of a division, you know? Watch it. Like, don't hold it to a certain standard because of the way Valentina looks. Like, look at what these fighters are doing in there. Yeah, Manon got a good fight coming up with Chookagian. You know, Chookagian is not she's a good fighter. She's not a bad fighter. Manon's bringing, some explosiveness to this division. Manon, Tyler, like I said, Aaron's on the lower level, but she's coming. Arujo, like I said, there's some good fighters now. Right. Yeah, well, hype is different. Like, what you mean by hype? They don't have a big fan base behind them. That I can agree with. But like when you saying impressive, like I'm basing mine off of skills, not popularity. For me, like I'm a hardcore fan, so I'm impressed by skills. I'm not impressed by by fan base. Like I'm looking at the technical skills and the talent, like the overall skills of these girls. Like they might have one or two fighters not have hype behind them, but they're still good, you know? Yeah, because we talk about it all the time over here. I know what you mean when you talk about popularity. And I know I do say some of these fighters need better popularity, but like when you just talk about match and skills, these are good fighters. So, the hardcore fans like me, we always have something to watch because I know what these girls can do. I'm always turning on and watching because they got skills. But I don't care if nobody's following them. I mean, hey, they got to build themselves up if they want to get into that realm, which is a totally different story, Yeah, like Marcus said, hype has nothing to do with skills of a fighter. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we're gonna mix up the two. Let's not mix up the two. Like yeah, is Nunez as popular as Ronda? No, they're definitely not. But is she a better fighter? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Mastermind. It's a good division. It is. Ooh. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like. Let's get to 20 likes. Just been rocking out here with y'all for a little bit longer since we hit that 1,000. Yeah, hit that like. Let's get to 20. They say that's why Casey O'Neal's popular. Yeah. Yeah. Hype is what drives your prize fighters, but not everybody's going to be a prize fighter. You feel me? So if you just say one division is not impressive, that's kind of like saying nobody has talent, right? Yeah, you need prize fighters. Yeah, of course, like to help build the franchise. But I think it's pretty much a given. Not everybody's going to be a star, right? Not everybody's going to be a star. And that's when you start looking at real talent. It's like actors. Not every actor is going to win an Oscar, but you still have to know who is real talent, right? Not everybody watches people because they're Oscar winners, right? I don't. I'm trying to look at who's putting on a good performance in a movie. Like hell, a lot of the actors I like never even won an Oscar because I'm watching for the talent and the content that they're putting out. Similar scenario, right? I mean, I know what you mean. You want to see the UFC bring in more prize fighters, but hey, that's what Dana's main goal is to do. But you still need talent. You still need skills. Like you need the Valentinas, you need the Nunez's. Like they might not be popular, like Ronda's status, but your solid hardcore fan base, which are MMA fans that love martial arts, they'll always be there. And that's what they're for. Yeah, some divisions they luck out like that. They are stacked more. Some are stacked. It depends. You got somebody that has the look. You got somebody that has a country behind them. Not every division will be like that. Brian said flyweight is the most exciting right now because it's moving. Strawweight fighters are better, but the division isn't much moving as much. Yeah, I agree. James said combo Usman just lost and bumped to drop to 4. So let's say he wins, he goes back to 1 and takes Volkanovski's spot. Volkanovski didn't lose. The thing is, Nunes has 2 wins over Shevchenko. A little bit different there. Little different there. Usman shouldn't have dropped the 4 anyway. Usman should be number 2. As many times as he defended the belt, he should be number 2. So if he won it, would he go back? Possibly. But I still think the scenario is a little different there because, yeah. Exactly. J Ball agrees with me. Usman should be number 2. Usman should be number 2. Usman should be number 2. As many times as he defended that belt, 1 knockout should not knock a person down to 5. And it was a 5th round knockout. Oh, 6 said, name another flyweight that's making noise right now. Skill-wise, Tyler and Manon. But if you're talking like popularity-wise, there's nobody really making that type of popularity. Like I said, I'm separating the two. So like there's nobody that's on like a Ronda Rousey or Valentina Shevchenko level there right now. But skill-wise, there's good fighters in that division. Yeah, Usman should be 2. So I get what you're saying, 6, about the whole like, I know what you mean about the popularity thing, the noise. Yeah, nobody's making noise like that. No, I agree with that. But like skill wise, there's a lot of fighters making noise because there's fighters that are more skilled than Ronda in that division, right? But when you're talking about like popularity, mainstream, there's nobody. And I think that's just coming with the women. Like that's the thing about WMMA 6. Like I think everybody in here agrees that it's not a very popular sport. And you have to be breakout. You have to be breakout. Like something has to be mainstream about you. And that comes very, very, very rare. Ronda was kind of like just that one anomaly, like Mike Tyson or something. You know what I mean? Like you don't see that many women come along with that popularity. Like even Gina Carano back in the day, even now, like she's somewhat of a name, and that really comes from her movies and stuff. But like Ronda, even Chris Cyborg, like she's still a little under Ronda, but it's taken her years to be that one, right? Yeah, Zhang Weili. Yeah, she got the country behind her. So yeah, her, Molly McCann. She got a country behind her. Um, it takes a lot to do that, especially as a woman in this sport. That's why I say you have to say like the divisions are impressive as just a technical sport, but when you start looking for big names, they're very far in between. Ronda special, Zhang Weili special. You ain't really gonna get that. You ain't gonna get that with the women too much. That's why I'm always talking about like what the women need to do to get popular here. Like, no, I ain't saying they need to get OnlyFans and that, this and that. No, I'm just saying they need to do more interviews and put themselves out there and build their brands more without showing skin and stuff. Yeah, yeah. To be a brand, you have to be innovative. Six. I know. Yeah. To be a brand, you have to have something that inspires people and gets them watching, right? But to be a champion, you got to be a doggone good fighter with skills, right? So again, I know two separate things. J Ball said the thing that stops most WMA fighters from getting bigger is their lack of personality. Exactly. Exactly. That's what we talk about. Yep. That's why you don't see it as much. You got ones that's trying, like Casey O'Neill, she trying. Macy Barber, she trying. But see, when you ain't really like the skills to back it up, sometimes it can mess you up. See, Ronda had that skill and that persona at the time. Yeah, like Brian said, there'll never be another Ronda. Well, yeah, James. I mean, James, she should be. Amanda's number one. I'm gonna keep messing with you now. Mastermind said, I'm not agreeing with all James said, but Holly versus Val is a clinic though. How Holly Holm lost that fight. Was it a clinic? She did use her timing and stop the speed of Holly Holm. J Ball said Casey, Macy, Pena would be big if they had the skills. Right, right. So you still need skills. See, Ronda Rousey had a dominant skill about her. So the fact that she could keep pushing and dominating these girls, she could talk that mess and still be popular. You know what I mean? Like she could talk that mess to get her popular. Like, you know what I mean? Like she would talk trash and walk around, get this big persona going about her, be pay-per-view star, you know. But it was also the skills that were getting that, getting her where she needed to be. So like if Casey O'Neill was knocking girls out with more skill and had more of a well-roundedness, yeah, you would see Macy Barber as the next star. But they're losing. Pena's losing. She won the belt, but then she lost. You know, so Robot Chicken said, "Great show, combo. Appreciate it, Robot Chickens. Appreciate it, man. Just having a good conversation here. You know, it's a 1K celebration, so we've been on here a little bit longer. Y'all had some good points y'all brought up. J Ball said Pena has beaten Nunez in a rematch. She would have skyrocketed because that girl has charisma. Yeah. She would have if she would have closed the show again and started talking that good stuff again. Oh man, yeah, she would have been on it. She would have been back at it. She would have been higher. Oh yeah, 6. Yeah, no man. You talking Asia as a whole? Shoot, Asia alone is a crazy number, right? That's it. That's a big number alone. So yeah, like if you can be a woman athlete and have a country behind you there, yeah, I mean it's pretty much a given that you will be one of the stars. Robot Chicken said Ronda was a mean spirited woman. After she retired, I realized how much she needed to sell pay per views. I love Ronda. Oh yeah, I remember them. Yeah, I remember the Spice Girls. They were worldwide. I was still that was from like my time. Yeah, they were like worldwide for a while. They were, and yeah, Weili has that country behind her like that. Nobody else does though. But anyway, I think I'm gonna get up out of here before midnight. Definitely, I've got to get off of here. I got some fights to watch. I didn't finish Contender Series, but who do y'all think? Before we go, who do y'all think could be a star right now? Like since you brought it up, 6. Like who who do you think has the potential right now to be a star, or there's nobody? Like not even on a Ronda level, not even on a Ronda Rousey level, but who else is going to be a star right now? Just an honest question. Who could be a star in WMMA today? Yeah, he sure did. Robot Chicken, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, scary Spice. Yeah. How do I know that? I don't know. Yeah, scary Spice. Yeah, had a crush on her growing up, so that's probably why I know. Well, I had a crush on all of them. Yeah, man. Shoot, when I was growing up, I had a crush on all of them. Everybody had their favorite. I was like, all of them. All right, Chen said Weili. Zama said Barber. She becomes a dominant champion. Contender series was great tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch it. Messing with y'all, I didn't even watch the last part. Brian said scary. Yeah, Robot Chicken said Weili. 6 said Weili. Chen said Pena had it, but Brian said scary was and is. Oh yeah. If I had to pick, it would be either of the Melanies, sporty or scary. Either one. Sidebar, yeah. If I had to pick, it'd be scary or Melanie. Scary or sporty. Yeah, 6. We'll see. Yeah, Brian. You got me tripping now. Now, yeah, man. Scary or sporty. Wow, yeah. Dakota DeChiva. Yeah, she could be a star. Okay. Yeah, she's undefeated right now too. I think one everybody's probably overlooking. If Molly McCann can put together a good string of wins, I don't know if she'll ever win the belt, but I mean, if she gets higher, she could probably be. Yeah, TJ, you know what I'm talking about. Mel C. Yeah, Mel B or Mel C. Either one of them. Either one of them two. Yeah. Robot Chicken said, "What about Dixie Chicks? Dixie Girls, Dixie Chicks? Oh man, I can't. I can't tell you a thing about them. I ain't even gonna talk. You Dixie Chicks? Nope. That's a pass for me. Six said, put the strap on Weili and you'll see all the endorsements for Asia will flood the pipeline. Yeah, she was on it. She was on it when she first had the belt. I seen a couple of her ads. Oh yeah, Yasmin Harigi. Yeah, Mastermind said in the future maybe Yasmin Harigi would be a star if she keeps winning. Yeah, that was Dana's plan to put her on the main card, as a debut. You know, a six said Posh. Okay, yeah, Posh. Yeah, Posh Spice. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Brian. Brian said Dixie Chicks were hot. I never paid attention to them. I know there were three of them. That's all I know, and that was as far as I could see with them. Yeah, Posh. Chen said Mel B's been tripping lately. Yeah, was she on like a reality show? Like, is she like a reality show? Oh yeah, TJ. Oh man, now you really taking me back. You talking about the gold tooth and like the soccer wear she used to wear, like the Adidas stuff. Oh man, TJ crazy. Yeah, Mel C with the gold tooth. Yes, she used to wear the hair up and the gold tooth, man. And yeah, just the the athletic stuff she used to wear, like the soccer stuff. Like she was like a tomboyish type girl, but oh yeah, yep. Stamp. I meant yes, Stamp is a star. I did a video on that like a year ago. I said Stamp is like a Street Fighter character. Stamp is like a Street Fighter 2 character, Street Fighter Alpha, whichever one. Stamp Fairtex is like a Street Fighter character, man. Yeah, she's got some pizzazz about her character. She's fun, cute. She can fight. James said later, I'm out. All right, James, catch you on the next one, man. Just remember, Amanda Nunes is number one, bro. Take care. I'll catch you on the next one, bro. Always good to have you, though. Six says Stamp will be making some noise in the UFC soon. Stamp at 115 would be good. I would love to see her improve on her takedown defense and her stance a little bit more. Oh man, TJ is taking it back now. TJ, I ain't gonna lie, like I listen to her records now. Like she has some good music outside of the group, you know. Still looks good too. Yeah. I remember that Attorney song. Yeah, she was probably like the most talented out of the group. Like good music. Really good music. Yeah, I think Stamp it needs to improve more on her stance. I think she needs to improve more on her MMA striking stance, not be so Muay Thai heavy. That's how she gets taken down. That's how I noticed when she fought Angela Lee. Angela Lee kind of could bum rush her a little bit. She hurt Angela Lee with some good body shots, but I think her stance kind of affected her overall performance to defend takedowns. Yeah, Angela exposed that game of stance. Yeah, like Angela Lee's not the best striker, but she's an MMA striker. Like her balance and the way she was moving was fluid. Stamp was being too much of a Muay Thai fighter. That's why she got taken down. Yeah, that gut punch, boy. Who is they're about to have a third fight. Angela Lee and what's her name? Zing. Is it Zhang? Her and Angela Lee about to have the third fight, right? She was hitting Angela Lee with some good shots too. Zhang, she was cracking Angela Lee in their first fight. Yeah, she'll turn that up soon. 6. I can see her being a star. Yeah. Give Stamp some time. You bring her over. She's killing ONE FC right now. Like, let me see how many Instagram followers. Masterminds, how do you think Angela Lee would do in the UFC? I think Angela Lee now, I think she could do okay. I think she could crack top 5. Yeah, Zhang. Okay, yeah, top 5. I think Angela Lee, I think she would do good. Yeah, Zhang was cracking Angela Lee with some punches. I went back and watched that fight a couple months ago. She rocked a couple times now. I'm just looking something up. When is that card? When is that ONE FC card? I'm just trying to find. Oh, you don't think she'll do good? She's pretty good on the ground though. I mean, these better strikers probably could beat her. Yeah, if you think about it, like a Marina Rodriguez might hurt her. Dang, that's this Friday. Yeah, okay, is this Friday? I wonder if I should do a fight companion for that one. No, I won't be home. Never mind. Hold on. ONE FC? Okay, so I'm gonna say I predict Aaron will stop Molly in the 3rd round via submission. Angela gets rocked too easy. Yeah, she do. Yeah. With that being said, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let me think more about that because Stamp, I think, is a better striker, and she has been working on the ground game. Okay, Efren, yeah, he said the one is on Prime. Oh, it's on Amazon Prime this weekend. Okay. Yeah, I got Prime. I'm gonna watch it then. Angela Lee would be more popular than Casey O'Neill. The UFC core fan base likes Asian chicks. Waterson is a good example. Yeah, Waterson. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Marius Johnson, too. That card. It's in 2 days. Okay. Demetrius Johnson. See if he can get a belt. Itsuki Harada, Lin Hikyun, China. Okay, yeah, I like Harada. Okay, she's got a lot of work to do too, though. Wait a minute, there's a card on Friday and Saturday. Um, J Ball said, "Yeah, Lee would be popular because of a lot of." Oh yeah, yeah. They dig it, man. Like when you look at that demographic here. Let's see. Events, all the events. Is it the one? It's the one on Friday. because there's 2 events up here. Oh no, it's the Zhang Li 3 fight is September 30th. Yeah, Zhang Li 3 is September 30th, Friday at 8 p.m. Yeah, Demetrius Johnson, his fight is this weekend. But yeah, Angela Lee's not fighting until September 30th. Yeah, so that's a month out. So I could do a fight companion for that. 8 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. And they do them on Prime too, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh man, stretching it out here. Yeah, Demetrius Johnson. Yeah, he's this Friday for the flyweight title. We'll see if he can try to get that. But yeah, next month is Angela Lee. Angela Lee's fighting September 30th, end of next month. But yeah, man, I am about to wrap this one up. We've been talking for a minute here, y'all. I appreciate everybody coming through. Good conversation. So yeah, let's close this thing out. Let me see. I have a few days off. I might be back on Thursday. We'll talk some more fights coming up. Dags, I'm gonna say Mighty Mouse is gonna lose. I'm going Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse. Yeah, he's fighting at a higher weight too, right? And I think he got this one, man. I'm gonna go with Mighty Mouse. All right, yeah. Let's close this thing out here. Like always, make sure y'all subscribe. You know, if you haven't subscribed, do that. And because I always, appreciate talking to y'all, just talking in general, hear about some WMMA. And yeah, we might talk about this one card coming up. Talk about this Angela Lee fight Thursday or something. And yeah, hit that like button if you haven't. And yeah, like I said, new heads in here, 6 McLovin Kicks. Appreciate you coming through. Subscribe if you haven't. Brought up some good points today. Gene Tidwell, what's going on, man? Just about to get up out of here now. Marcus said the combo, congrats on getting 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Took forever. Out of most channels, it took forever. Well, I'm not strictly just do WMMA, but so. But it's okay. So TJ said he's out. All right. Later, he said Amanda is the GOAT. I can't argue with her being pound for pound number 1 today. Brian Williams, see you later. We out of here. 1K gang. Yeah, man. 1K gang. But like always, y'all, Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.